Well, here we are. We just pulled into Blindman. It's about lunchtime now. We had a bit of a lazy get up this morning, being New Year's Day. And we thought we'd drive into Blindman and then try and head across to Parachilna, depending on the road, because we've only got the van, and the road looks unsealed and a bit dubious for the van, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we're going to be able to do a mine tour here, but being a public holiday, New Year's Day, we're not sure whether it's going to be open or not, but that's the road we just came in on out here. Just about to go into the local pub slash eatery here. Apparently Blindman's famous for their pies, so we're going to go in there and have pie and chips or something of the sort, and then tour around a bit and see what's open on a public holiday. Yeah, well, we've just had a bit of spot of lunch. The pies there are excellent. The way you judge them is basically the price. Pie and chips or pie and salad, about $18. They're a massive pie, like a really thick pie. And once you start eating them, you don't care about the price. So that's how you know it's value for money, when the price doesn't become an issue once you've started eating them. We're now getting ready where the mines are open today, so we are going on the mine tour. We're just getting ready to head off for that now. All right, we're at the mine now. We're just about to go in to our guided tour. Fortunately, we'll be underground. It's a lovely brisk 35 odd degrees at the moment, so we're about to go in.
Not quite. We're
Not quite.
To be under the trees for the intro, but just have a look at that map. It's the layout of the mine.
Right.
The red stripe was the copper.
Yep.
I'll tell you about that up there.
All right. No worries.
Okay.
Good morning. It's the 2nd of January now. We're at, we've come out here in the morning to a place called Wilpena Pound. It's only about 20 minutes drive from the Rawnsley Park station. It's a wildlife sanctuary, sort of a wildlife park. We've just bought a day pass to get in. We can go for a walk, have a look at all the trails and so on around here. There is camping here. There's a campground here. There's also a restaurant. cafes, and they've also even got an IGA Express here. They sell fuel. It's a little bit pricey, but if you're traveling around out here and you haven't brought your own, fortunately we brought 3 canisters of fuel with us, but there are pumps here. It's a little bit more pricey than in town, but yeah, look, if you're coming out here for a holiday, at least you've got the security of knowing you've got access to fuel and basic essentials at the shop here. All right, we've chosen our hike, the Wangara Lookout hike. It says on there it's a 3-hour return hike. It says it's 7.8k return. But judging by comparing it to other walks and distances between things and that, they've over-exaggerated for slower walkers or for people to stop and photograph and take pictures and, you know, enjoy the scenery and that sort of thing. So it doesn't sound like it's going to be an overly exertive sort of a walk. It is 30 degrees at the moment. It is supposed to get a bit hotter today. It's not too bad. As you can see, there's plenty of trees, plenty of shade if we want to stop. We brought some water and some snacks with us. So and the other thing they did say, you fill out a visitor's book and you put the time you've left and all that sort of stuff, and you put a phone number in of a responsible person in case you don't return. Unfortunately for us, the wife's put down Sarah's name and number, so yeah. Anyway, hopefully that number won't need to be used. We're walking along, we're being a little bit quiet because we've just had a kangaroo jump off the trail right in front of us. He's just up there. Hey buddy. He's stopped, he's having a little look at us. Aren't you, buddy? Hey? But he's not going to come down and let us give him a pat, but he was just on the trail, and we could barely see him because of his colouring, because of his grey colouring. You could barely see him amongst all this grey undergrowth. I think he was just sort of lying down right there on the edge in the shade, having a bit of a nap. And we've come clomping along and we've scared him off. So I'm going to see if I can't just get a tiny bit closer. Hey buddy. Hey buddy. Nah, he's not having a bar of it, he's off. Well, that's the first of many, I hope. Hopefully we'll see a few more. Well, this is the top. She's not bad view. Bit puffed, bit out of shape, but look, it's worth the trek up here. Where we came from is all the way down there. Where we've got to go back to is fuck the vino over there somewhere. But at least it's downhill. Whew, once you get your breath back, But yeah, you don't need to be superhumanly fit. You just need a little bit of fitness, especially on a hot day like this. Definitely bring your own water. There is no water on this track at all. There is a pond, but I wouldn't drink from it. There's toilets up here, but there's no running water at the toilets at all. There's toilet paper, but no running water. So bring your own water. Bring plenty of water if you're planning on coming up here. All right, we've just finished our stay at Rawnsley Park Station. We're heading back to Broken Hill. We missed out on a few things at Broken Hill last time, and we've decided to change our itinerary around a little bit. We're going back to Broken Hill, so we'll be able to do the Mad Max Museum. We'll be able to do a few other things that we wanted to do around Broken Hill. It's about a 4.5 to 5 hour drive back there, but that's not too bad. It's not the worst we've done. We're getting away quite early. It's just before 8:30. So yeah, we should be back there at a reasonable time, and we'll be able to do all the things we missed on the first time. Good morning. Apologies if you can't hear me because of the wind. We've come back to Broken Hill. We spent last night in Broken Hill, the Broken Hill Caravan Park, the tourist park. We've come back almost all the way to Silverton this morning. It's about 10 o'clock. We've come back to do the Daydream Mine Tour. So we're up here and meeting some of the local inhabitants. Going for a cuddle, but yeah, probably not. So we're just going up here to the Daydream Mine. It's supposed to be fuck off hot again today. It's going to be 40 plus. So yeah, we'll be doing this early. Probably, hopefully, going to see the Mad Max Museum, and then looking for some shade, some respite. So. Let's get on with the mine tour.
But they worked a 6-day a week. They never worked a Sunday. Who knows why they never worked a Sunday?
Church.
They went to Methodist and they had to go to church. If they weren't at church, the captain of the mine would take a note, and on the Monday morning he'd say to the cousin Jack, he said, "Where were you yesterday, cousin?" And unless he had a really good reason, the captain of the mine would say, "Oh, I don't bother coming to work tomorrow. I've got no work for you tomorrow."
Oh, really?
Yeah, just keep your helmet on your head, mate.
Must be this one. It is this one. Right, you move up in here. Okay. You move out here. One hand there like that. The other hand right there. Right? Every time she hits that, you got to just turn it a little bit. Right? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, muscles.
Have you ever wanted to hit your brother?
Yeah,
Don't.
That's the time now. That's your time.
Oh, that was.
Oh! Miss.
Oh, she missed again.
This looks so
Good
much
job.
fun.
Well
Oh,
done.
look how far you drilled it in too.
Yeah.
That's not talking.
There, won't turn anymore. You get it?
Well done.
There we go. All done.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. You seen me spider? I've got a pet spider in there. Hey? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
There he is. Hammer and tap miner spider. Young lad, 8 years of age, started on the mine. Just like this young girl. And the boss said, "Sonny, I'm going to put you with old Jim. Go over and make yourself known. So he went over and made himself known. And old Jim said, Sonny, go and get yourself a spider. So he just stood there. The cage come down ready to take him underground. And he said, Sonny, we're going underground now. Go and get your spider. The young lad looked up and he said, excuse me, sir, but what do I need a spider for? And Jim's getting cranky. And he said, to carry a bloody candle, you ning-nong. Young lad looked up. He said, now you listen to me, old sport. You mean to tell me that you got spiders down there big enough to carry a candle? Well, Ruddy will stick your job because I'm going home. So, that's the story of the miner's spider.
I'll edit that bit out. Not. Well, that was the mine tour. Oh well, we got old mate Goat over here having a snack just as we're heading off. Hey bud. Yeah, it was a little bit more left as it was opposed to the Blinman mine, but yeah, you really got to see how the how tough the conditions were down there for the miners. They haven't sort of excavated it out to suit taller tourists that are going in. They've left it as is, so it's very, very small in spots, very tight. We had to bend over most of the way going through there, and you really did need your hard hat because everyone was whacking their heads. But yeah, no, it was fantastic. So now onwards to the Mad Max Museum. All right, finally we're back here. The Mad Max Museum is open today, thankfully. So we're going to go in and have a look around.
Hello.
G'day, g'day.
How are you?
Good.
We got two.
We've got two.
Cash or card?
Our card, thanks.
Thank you very much. You better room there.
Sounds a bit like just let everybody wear theirs first, please.
All right, we've come outside now to have a look at the car collection. You weren't allowed to film in there or take photos or anything because there's a lot of artwork and so on in there, so they don't want you filming or taking photographs in here, but you are free to film and photograph out here. And a lot of these are original cars from the movie. Some are reproductions. This is the original gyrocopter. And the original Austin A40 tow truck from the movie. We've got quite a collection here of models and originals. Inside's got a heap of stuff. It's got some very good behind the scenes footage of the actual filming of the movie. And it shows the stuntmen and the conditions they worked in back then. Back in the 80s, the film was made in about 81 and they didn't have the green screens and so on back then. They did it tough, and they showed a couple of the stunts where they actually fucked them up pretty spectacularly. And not only was one of the stuntmen, but one of the actual stunt coordinator himself was injured and had to be taken off set. And couldn't continue with the movie. So, but they've got a lot of models and so on. It does go on for quite a bit. But yeah, it's only $10 an adult to get in, and it's I mean, it's well worth it. absolutely well worth coming and having a look at a piece of Australian history. All right, we've just come 100 metres back down the road, back down to the Silverton Hotel for a meal, and old mate Donkey here, he's coming in as well. There's a few more of them over there, a few more donkeys over there, just wandering around as they see fit. Aren't you, bro? Huh? Aren't you, old mate? Can I go in for a feed there, buddy? Nah, see, he's back, he doesn't. You all right, brother? All right, let's go in and get a feed, hey? Good morning. We this morning are at the Broken Hill Cemetery. The famous artist Pro Hart is buried here. He's also got a gallery here in Broken Hill. We're going to go and see that a bit later. So he's in this section. This is the general section. There's a big Catholic section and Methodist section and so on. But it's quite a large cemetery. As this used to be a rather large mining town. It's still quite a decent sized mining town. We came here this morning. It's only about just after 8:30, 8:45. The wife has told me she's seen it online. She wanted to come and have a look at it. Said it's not a very grandiose. He was a very humble man. Well, not a grandiose one like any of these. No big headstone or anything like that. So we were looking for it, and she was right. It was only a little headstone. It's nothing very grand, nothing very ostentatious at all. It was a little, that's right, it's a monolith. It's an entire, takes up 4 grave sites. So it's a very subtle, nondescript sort of a grave, but worthy of it. He's a very, very famous artist, very influential artist for Australia. He was given a state funeral by the government. So yeah, there are some cracking tombstones, and one I've just noticed over here, I'm going to bring everyone round to have a look at. I do know someone that would definitely have a tombstone like this. Lady I grew up with would definitely have a tombstone like this. The old cat tombstone. Yeah, so now, after we have a little bit more of a look around, we're going to head on down to the Pro Hart Gallery. We've arrived at the Pro Hart Gallery. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to film in there, as it is an art gallery, so they might not let you film any of the works or whatever, but I'll show a little bit of the outside. It's more of a house really than a commercial gallery, as you can see. It's just before 10 now. The sign's out, so we might be allowed to get in some of his cars. And one that he painted up himself. So this might be all I can film before we go in, because as I said, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to film inside. So yeah, we're about to head in and If I can't film in there, I have to describe it to you. Right, here we are inside the gallery. We are allowed to film in here. I asked the lady in charge and she said we can film, so it's all these, this is a recreation of his workshop. His workshop actually used to be at the front there where the entrance is now. They've now sort of recreated it over here, but that's basically how he used to set himself up to work. All these bits and bobs and so on in the background. And a lot of people don't know, he started life as a miner. Worked in the mines here in Broken Hill. The gallery certainly is massive. With several very large murals. So we'll just have a bit of a walk through so everyone can have a look at what's inside. That was just a quick walkthrough of the entire gallery. It's 3 stories. It's quite expansive. There's a lot of stuff here to come and see. It's well worth coming to see. It's not that much to get in. So if you're ever in Broken Hill, it's definitely worth a look. Well, here we are in Menindee. It's a small town. We haven't actually quite been into the town yet. We've just driven in from Broken Hill. It's just over 100 k's away from Broken Hill. It is fucking hot here at the moment. It is 40 degrees today, 40 plus. But we've got all these dark clouds around. The rain has actually skirted around us. We're just over there through the trees. There's not a lot of people here. There is a couple of other people here. It is very, very sort of peaceful and remote here. But yeah, despite the cloud cover, she's pretty damn hot. Just going for a quick walk, have a look around. I'm not a very good fisherman, but I do enjoy it. I mainly take my bait for a swim. But there is some water down here. A lake, which when you're driving here, you're just driving here over dirt roads. You know, there's a dirt road to get up here. It's paved highways out here, but you know, there's brush and scrub on either side, like you'd expect in the Great Australian Outback. But then all of a sudden you get down here, there's this giant lake. So I'm just going to go for a walk down there and see what I can see. First thing I've come across is possibly the world's most ambitious gate. Certainly a big point to that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, something in that scrub there just made a hell of a noise. I don't know what it is, and I can't see where it's gone. But definitely a fair amount of poo came out. I'm hoping it was just a kangaroo or something. but I have seen wild pigs around here. So I'm a little hesitant to go any further. I'll see if I can't find another way around that. We're just lying here and keeping out of the heat, and we've just noticed all the birds come over to, they had this sprinkler on before, all the birds have gone. We've got old mate Mr. Rabbit coming over there. Oh, he's jumped up on cue, thank you very much. And he's just lying down in a puddle there. Now he's going for a run. All right, we've driven into Menindee. It's only 5k out of where we're staying for the night. We come to the Tourist Information Centre, but it's a it's not a tourist information centre, so to speak. It's a tourist information tank. Only in the outback, I guess. All the things to do here in the wonderful town of Menindee, which is a population of 550 people. Most of the stuff you do get to do around these areas, sort of central New South Wales and into South Australia, and that you do require a four-wheel drive to do a lot of it. So here's the map. I can focus on it without, there we go. We're up here at the caravan park, and we just, there's a little dirt road that goes out from the main highway from Broken Hill, and we've just come in here to Menindee. So there are other campsites around, but a lot of them are unpowered. But yeah, there is a little bit to do around Menindee, but you do, if you come away, it is best to have sort of an all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. In the camper van, it's a bit hard. It's a little bit hard in the camper van. As you can see, it's not a huge lot of clearance, and everything inside that lovely camper van tends to shake, rattle and roll and break if you drive over too much corrugations and dirt roads and that. And I wouldn't want to get stuck out in one of these places where there isn't any service. It's been only a few places we haven't had service, but they've been in some dirt roads and so on. So yeah, you just got to pick the horses for courses and have the right vehicle for where you want to go. Yeah, she's a tough old life, this. Just sitting here wetting the line. Got a little bit of, I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I have a line in the water. I've actually seen a fish jump right here, and every so often in these reeds over here I can hear a little splash. There's a dam just over there that goes out into the lake. I'll show you that in a minute. There's a train bridge over here. But yeah, we came here to a lookout, to have a look at a lookout, and the wife said she's quite happy. On the other side of this, I'll get a video of it later, but there's a heap of pelicans and other birds just sitting on the other side of that dam as the water rushes out. Just hoping to get a fish, but yeah, I'm hoping to get a fish on this side where it's a bit calmer, where they might be feeding a bit. I have heard them jumping around, but yeah, we'll see how the day pays out. got a very nice backdrop to be cooking in front of today. Hopefully we get a bit of sunrise than last night. Last night was a bit overcast. We had a lot of rain clouds coming in. We didn't actually get any rain last night. We actually got a little bit of rain today. This is weird for this part of the world this time of year, but yeah, we got a little bit of rain. But yeah, we're hoping for a decent old sunset tonight. We've got a few clouds out there, which should make for a bit of a spectacular sunset. So, but yeah, could get used to doing this. Just cooking out here. Just need to keep going around the farm and getting a good supply of both meat and drink, and I should be right out here. Good morning. Thus ends our second night in Menindee. We've checked out of the caravan park we're at. We've just come down again to the dam that I was showing you yesterday. Just have one more quick look. It's not very well signposted. It is the most spectacular thing in Menindee. Menindee is just a very small town. It is a very beautiful spot down there. So much wildlife, pelicans and what looks like a sort of a cormorant bird. And if you're lucky enough and you go over the other side of the dam, there's plenty of emus, the odd kangaroo and that. If you're quick, if you've got a long lens. But yeah, it's just, and there's no real signpost for it. There's very, very small signpost for it that you would miss unless you knew it was here, unless you had a tourist map or something. There's no real indication to it. But yeah, we're actually going to be heading down to Mildura today. We were going to go, there is a road from Menindee to Wentworth, which is near Mildura, but conflicting reports about whether it's paved the whole way or not. On the map, on some maps it says it is, and on other maps it says it's not, that there is a section of unsealed road, and we don't know how long that is, how long that unsealed bit is. So we're going to head back to Broken Hill yet again, and take the I think it's the Silver Valley Highway, or the Silver City Highway, I think it's called, down to Wentworth and Mildura. So we'll see you there. All right, good morning. We are now in Mildura. We spent the night here last night at the place called the Apex River Beach Caravan Park, which is quite a surprising place. We just booked it on the fly, and we ended up right next to the river. You walked out of their little private gate into almost like a beach beside the river. It was an absolutely excellent place. I highly recommend going there, the Apex River Beach Caravan Park. We've now come into Mildura, and we've come to a place called Woodsy's Gem Shop, which looks a bit of all right. It's got a cafe and all that sort of stuff in it, so we're about to go in and have a look around. gem shop just keeps going. There's more than just the initial showroom. It just keeps going all the way around here, all the different gems, everything you could possibly think of. And not only that, it also has a kids' playground over there. It has a cafe, a massive eating area. And more. All right, viewers, we've just made the trek over from Mildura to Swan Hill. We've just arrived in Swan Hill, and we've just pulled up at a place called Pental Island Holiday Park. It's just out of Swan Hill, just a couple of k's out of Swan Hill. And this is our first impression of the place. I mean, it's absolutely magnificent. The wife has just gone into the office. Her turn to pay for the accommodation tonight. We've booked a powered site just for the camper van. It's $45 a night for 2 people. So, yeah, $90 for 2 nights. The river is just over behind that green shed over there. There's the river just over there. There's some powered sites over here that I'm not sure. I wouldn't get the, you'd have to open the gates up over there to get in, but I mean, wherever we're going to be just about right on the river. So yeah, hopefully we get one as close as possible to the river, and some fishing may happen a bit later, along with a few cold beverages. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Righto, here's the camp where we're staying for the next 2 nights. As you can see, over there in the background there's a dry field. Here is a lush oasis. There's one other camper over there. We're there to chat to him. He was most amused, viewers, to hear the mighty Maui got a bit bogged. As you can see, they've got a lot of watering going on here. When they've had a big amount of people in over the large amount of people in over the Christmas break, as you can imagine. So when they leave, they put the sprinklers on as such to keep this grass beautiful. Now, we were supposed to go in, we had a choice of 10 or 11, 9, 10 or 11, or 37, 38. But the lady accidentally wrote down 47 or 48. So we drove around and we didn't want to park on top of old mate over here. So we went, where the van is, we went behind that. In another area that was beautiful, same thing, shady trees, the whole bit. We went, oh, we'll go in here. And as I drove in, I thought, oh, that's a bit spongy, a bit soft. So we bogged. And the fella that runs the place here, him and his wife who run the place, he had to go and get his digger out with his forklift tines on it, and go and get some lengths of chain and pull me out. No harm, no foul, we got out. Bit of a laugh in the end. But I mean, have a look at the place. There's only a couple of people here at the moment. But I mean, the river's literally just over that tree line. There's cabins. There's, I think this is a bunkhouse. I think this is the bunkhouse. I think they said they're an 8 or a 10 person bunkhouse. You've got some scaled down model trucks and cars for the kids to play in. You've got barbecues, seating areas. There's a gate over here to go down to the river, where the wife and I are now going to go down the river. And as you can see, there's just cabins and rustic style. And we just talked to the bloke I was saying before that was parked over just across from us. He's telling us he's up from a place called Rainbow in Victoria, and he says he loves it. He comes here all the time, and I don't blame him. I mean, it's just beautiful here. It's just quiet, it's just peaceful when I'm not yabbering on, I guess. But yeah, we're going to go for a walk down by the river. Apparently there's a heap of cod to be caught. Not by me, obviously. I'd struggle to catch a cold. But yeah, so we're going to go and have a look, and we'll see what happens. right, that will conclude this video. We've got a few more days left of travel, so it's now, I think, Friday today, or Thursday today, I think. Yeah, sorry, Thursday today. So we're returning the van on Sunday. So we've got a couple more days, couple more nights of adventure to go, and yeah, then we'll be back to normality. So yeah, so I should hopefully get another video out of our travels before we finish. Until then.